Today, we're stepping inside the magnificent St. Paul's Cathedral in London. Prepare to be amazed as we journey upwards, conquering the 528 steps from the cathedral floor. St. Paul's Cathedral is an iconic Anglican cathedral in London and a masterpiece of English Baroque architecture. Designed by Sir Christopher Wren and completed in 1710, its 365-foot, 111-meter dome has dominated the London skyline for over 300 years. It serves as a vibrant working church, the seat of the Bishop of London, and a site for major national events, including royal weddings and state funerals. The west entrance of St. Paul's Cathedral requires ascending 24 steps to reach the Great West Door. While this is the main entrance, it is important to note for accessibility purposes that the south transept entrance offers step-free access.
You can come to the service, but I but you can't really be sight. I mean,
Entry to St. Paul's Cathedral in London requires a paid ticket for sightseeing. There is a blue wristband which will serve as an entry to the dome. This is the baptismal font. The baptismal font at St. Paul's, specifically as described in St. Paul's Revealed, is a central, artist-designed piece featuring a tree of life base and a shell-shaped basin, symbolizing baptism. Inspired by Italian artist Andrea Iori, it includes a bronze cover with a risen Christ sculpture, with the basin inscribed with the words, "You are my beloved, with you I am well pleased." People are baptized in the font as a sign that they have joined the Christian faith. An Easter candle burns here to remind us that Christians are to shine like lights in the darkness. It is generally kept open for people to touch the holy water, representing a tomb and womb of spiritual rebirth, though it may be covered during specific liturgical seasons like Lent or Advent. Fonts are often placed at or near the entrance to a church's nave to remind believers of their baptism as they enter the church to pray, since the rite of baptism served as their initiation into the church. Lighting a candle, often called a votive offering, is a widely practiced tradition in Catholic, Orthodox, and Anglican churches that represents a personal, silent prayer, a request for intercession, or an act of thanksgiving. As someone new to the church, it is a welcoming, non-intimidating way to participate in worship and create a moment of quiet reflection.
St. Paul's Cathedral. At intervals throughout the day, we ask our visitors, staff.
The ground level of the dome in St. Paul's Cathedral is positioned directly above the main crossing of the nave, rising from a drum-supported structure. It features an internal diameter of 102 feet and an inner dome height of 225 feet, 69 meters, above the cathedral floor. The area provides views up into the dome's interior.
We pray for the sick, at home or in.
The interior is decorated and includes the Whispering Gallery, 257 steps up, at its base. Visuals. From the cathedral floor, the dome appears to be a single structure, but it is actually a complex, triple-shelled design consisting of an outer dome, an inner brick cone, and an inner dome. Daily Eucharist, Mass, services are held at St. Paul's Cathedral, with, at times, special, unticketed orchestral masses performed under the iconic dome. Services are free, open to all, and often held in the nave or under the dome. The choir at St. Paul's Cathedral is the historic, eastern heart of the building, completed in 1697 for daily worship and choral singing. It features renowned 17th-century oak and limewood carvings by Grinling Gibbons. The area includes the north and south choir aisles with intricate, later added mosaics. The high altar of St. Paul's Cathedral, London, features a prominent 1958 marble baldacchino designed by Stephen Dijksbouwer, replacing a controversial 1888 Victorian reredos. It is a centerpiece of the English Baroque structure designed by Sir Christopher Wren and completed in 1710. Below the cathedral's main floor lies an often overlooked treasure, the crypt. This underground space has been a part of the cathedral since its construction in the 17th century and is home to many notable tombs and memorials. The word crypt originates from the ancient Greek cryptis, hidden or concealed, and the Latin crypta, vault or cavern, dating back to the early 15th century. Originally, it referred to underground chambers or tunnels, but it evolved into a specialized term for subterranean burial vaults, particularly beneath churches. Crypts became prominent in French Romanesque architecture in the mid-8th century, developing into complex, vaulted rooms beneath cathedrals by the 11th to 13th centuries. Today, a crypt refers specifically to a stone chamber or vault, typically located beneath a church or in a mausoleum, for storing human remains. Whispering Gallery is accessible via 257 steps and 30 meters from the cathedral floor, located at the base of the dome, and features paintings by Sir James Thornhill. It has been a popular tourist attraction for centuries, allowing visitors to experience the unique sound travel. The climb from the cathedrals to the Whispering Gallery, to the Stone Gallery and the Golden Gallery is not recommended for individuals with vertigo, fear of heights, or significant mobility issues. The climb involves over 500 narrow, steep, and, at times, spiral steps. It is also not advised for people with cardiovascular issues or young children, due to the strenuous nature of the climb. You know, sometimes the most incredible experiences are the ones we approach with a little bit of wonder, not quite sure what to expect. That's exactly how I felt heading up to the Whispering Gallery at St. Paul's Cathedral. After climbing 258 steps from the ground, the anticipation was building. And let me tell you, standing here, surrounded by this ancient stone, it truly is an amazing experience. The way sound travels is just magical. It's a moment of quiet awe, a reminder of the ingenuity and history held within these walls. I'm so glad I made the climb. Next on part 2, it is possible to hear a whisper in the Whispering Gallery. Experience another 376 steps up to the Stone Gallery and the breathtaking view of London from the Golden Gallery.